I am very pleased to note the Department of Green Energy Technology at Pondicherry University, under the UNESCO chair activity, conducting an international conference on energy and water for sustainable environment. This includes the international people, particularly from the SAARC countries, from Sri Lanka, Bhutan, Nepal, are participating to deliberate the important topics of energy and water for the 2 days in September 2025.
We are deeply honored to welcome the Honorable Vice Chancellor of Pondicherry University, Professor Phannithi Prakash Babu, the respected Dean of Madanji School of Green Energy Technologies, Professor B.M. Jafar Ali, our esteemed guest, Madam France Marquet, Trustee, Madanji Singh Foundation, our distinguished guest, Mr. Tony Van Meegen, co-founder of Auroville Consulting, our esteemed guest, Professor Lalit Rajpakse, UNESCO Chair and Convener, 𝐈CEW 2025, the respected UNESCO Chair and Chairholder and Convener of 𝐈CEW 2025, Professor R. Arun Prasad, and respected Coordinator of 𝐈CWSC 2025, Professor D.S. Sharada. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the ceremony of lighting the lamp.
I am pleased to welcome all the invited speakers as of now who are gathered here, and all the participants for this 2-day SAF International Conference on Energy and Water for Sustainable Environment, jointly organized by our Department of Green Energy Technology, Pondicherry University, with Center for South Asian Water Management, University of Moratuwa, Sri Lanka. The theme of this conference, which includes two important things that the globe is looking for, answer for several issues: energy and water. Okay, water comes first always, but still, since I am from energy department, I will focus on energy. So energy and water plays a very important role. You may be knowing that global energy production for use still depends upon carbon-based fuels. Globally, above 70% of our energy comes from coal, crude oil, which are mostly carbon-based. Because of that, it is well understood, scientifically proven, because of the use of carbon-based fuels, we have spoiled our atmosphere, increase in greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. That makes to think several international forums, starting from United Nations Framework for Convention for Climate Change, and related several COP meetings in international level, make sure that we have to move towards non-carbon fuels or low carbon fuels to decarbonize our system of energy production. So we look for non-carbon renewable energy, particularly renewable energy technologies, whether it is solar photovoltaics, solar thermal, or bioenergy, or wind energy, ocean energy. You call it as geothermal energy, which is mostly used in Arctic nations. Now nuclear energy, which is also a clean energy. Then we talk about carbon, what we emitted, carbon capture, utilization to reduce the carbon greenhouse emission in the atmosphere a little bit less, so that our atmosphere will get balanced. Since the Industrial Revolution, the rich and developed nation certainly use these carbon-based fuels, and they get developed, and they want to become rich. It's really unfortunate to note that leaders of the rich developed nation continue to ignore the overwhelming scientific proof of greenhouse gas, climate change, and related issues. And they want to push their business as usual. In recent UN speech you might have heard, rich developed nation, which we believe stronger, they are not come towards the decarbonizing their energy generation. Let us make it very clear again and again the truth about Vasudhaiva Kudumbakam. The world is one family. The Mother Divine Earth has her own way to correct the climate change. That means to correct us. But the nature divine never distinguishes between rich or poor, developed or underdeveloped. or developing. It's not going to look into it. So certainly, so far we failed. In case if we fail again and again to honor the international agreements by United Nations Framework Climate Change, Kyoto Protocol, Glasgow Agreement, recent Paris Agreement, which says that we have to make sure the global temperature less than 2 degrees than the pre-industrial level. We are currently more than 35% of our energy generation through renewable energy technologies and clean energy technologies, including nuclear. We are going to propose to make it as a clean, because nuclear energy is very clean. Safety is there, technology is available. India is committed to several national agreements, particularly aims for 50% of its energy comes from renewable energy technologies by 2030 itself. I think we may reach within another 2 years, before our reach of 2030. And we are planned to have net carbon neutral by 2070. That also we are about to achieve before what we said to the international forum. So these commitments aligns with the Paris Agreement and all our SOC national determined contributions towards decarbonizing our energy generation. As the convener of this energy theme, I sincerely thank all the authors, delegates, and our team and collaborative team, students and faculties who have made this conference a reality. I hope the abstract, that book that we are going to release based on conference, will be a Bible more or less for energy and water. And I also take this opportunity to say that Pondicherry University roadmap for net zero carbon by 2035 will also going to be released. And this is prepared by us along with my previous collaborators and our alumni. So I thank the Sun God for making me to achieve this with all your helps. I look forward for a wonderful conference to get ideas exchanged with our collaborators from SAARC countries, particularly on clean energy and sanitation and affordable and clean energy, United Nations Sustainable Goal 6 and 7, which are interrelated to several other United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. So that's where we also installed several United Nations Sustainable standees in our campus to promote sustainability.
We shall now present a welcome video message from Dr. Benny Bor, Program Specialist, UNESCO New Delhi, whose vision and continued support has been instrumental in advancing UNESCO's initiative in sustainability and capacity building, which are closely aligned with the objective of this conference. May I request the audience to kindly direct their attention to the screen for this message.
It is my great pleasure to welcome all participants to the SAF International Conference on Energy and Water for a Sustainable Environment 2025, jointly organized by the Department of Green Energy Technology, Pondicherry University, and the Center for South Asia Water Management, University of Moratuwa, under the framework of the UNESCO Chair Program. We convene at a critical juncture for our planet. The world today faces an unprecedented convergence of challenges, including biodiversity loss, climate change, and pollution, collectively known as the triple planetary crisis. At the heart of this crisis lie population dynamics, coupled with the unbridled exploitation of natural resources, along with the energy paradox. These factors underscore the urgent need to transform how we produce and consume energy and water, resources that are foundational to human being, ecological stability, and indeed to peace. These intersecting crises are not isolated. They are symptoms of a larger systemic imbalance demanding innovative and integrated responses. 𝐃𝐨𝐬𝐿 2025 provides a timely platform for scientists, policymakers, industry leaders, and civil society actors to come together in pursuit of sustainable solutions. In the face of the global energy crisis and growing water insecurity, this conference is not just a gathering of experts, but it is another in a series of vital calls to action. And such calls cannot be issued often enough because we are confronting a deepening socio-ecological reality. We are exceeding the planet's limits. Our shared goals must be to include pathways that are resilient, inclusive, and environmentally just, aligning with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals and the principles of intergenerational equity and the human rights to clean the air, safe drinking water, and sufficient food. On behalf of UNESCO, I extend my deep appreciation to Professor Arun Prasad, UNESCO chairholder at Pondicherry University, for his visionary leadership and commitment to fostering dialogue and research in critical areas of sustainability. I also recommend the organizing institutions for creating this important space for global cooperation and knowledge exchange. Let this conference serve as a catalyst for lasting partnerships, actionable insights, and transformative change. I encourage all participants to engage actively, think boldly, and collaborate widely as we work together to shape a more sustainable and equitable future for all. Most importantly, make new friends, foster friendships, and take something meaningful back with you, something that inspires positive change in both your professional and personal environments. I wish you all a successful and inspiring conference.
To the welcome video message from Her Excellency Mahishini Kalon, High Commissioner of Sri Lanka, presented as a part of First International Conference on Energy and Water for Sustainable Environment 2025. Her Excellency's address underscores the spirit of collaboration and partnership that lies at the heart of this conference. May I request the audience to kindly direct their attention to the screen for the video message.
It is a pleasure to extend my warmest greetings to all the distinguished delegates, speakers, and participants at the International Conference on Energy and Water for a Sustainable Environment that is hosted by the Pondicherry University in partnership with the University of Moratuwa in Sri Lanka under the auspices of the UNESCO chairs. This conference reflects our shared commitment to advancing innovative solutions in energy and water management. It also highlights the enduring academic partnership between India and Sri Lanka and our joint resolve to pursue sustainable development for the benefit of our region and beyond. The presence of global experts, policymakers, and practitioners underscores the urgency and importance of collective responses to today's pressing environmental challenges. I commend the conveners of the conference, Professor Ramasamy Arun Prasad of Pondicherry University and Professor Lalit Rajapaksa of the University of Moratuwa, for creating this platform that brings together academia, research, and policy. By fostering collaboration and exchange between the UNESCO Madanjit School of Green Energy Technology, Pondicherry University, UNESCO Madanjit Singh Center for South Asia Water Management, and the University of Moratuwa, this partnership for the ICEWSE 2025 sets a model for cross-border cooperation in addressing climate resilience and sustainability. I hope that the deliberations at this forum paves the way for more innovative partnerships and enduring solutions between India and Sri Lanka that will also serve to strengthen regional cooperation and advance the global agenda for sustainable energy and water security. I extend my very best wishes for a successful and impactful conference. Thank you.
Next session of the inaugural ceremony is to honor our esteemed guest. For that, I would like to invite Professor B.M. Jaffer Ali, Dean of Madanji School of Green Energy Technologies, to kindly honor the Honorable Vice Chancellor of Pondicherry University, Professor Phaniti Prakash Babu. May I request Professor R. Arun Prasad, UNESCO Chairholder and Convener of 𝐈𝐶EWSE 2025, to honor our Chief Guest, Madam France Market, Trustee Madanjit Singh Foundation. Now, may I request Dr. D.S. Sharada, Coordinator of 𝐈𝐶EWSE 2025, to honor our distinguished guest, Mr. Tony Van Meegen, co-founder of Oracle Consulting. May I now request Professor D.S. Sharada, Coordinator of 𝐈𝐶EWSE 2025, once again to honor Professor Lalit Rajpakshe, UNESCO Chair and Convener of 𝐈𝐶EW 2025, on behalf of 𝐈𝐶EW 2025 Conference Organization.
We have benefited a lot in this Madanji School Department of Green Energy from the continuous support extended by the various chapters of SAF, Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh, and Sri Lanka, and other South Asian countries. We have received very qualified, excellent scholars who did their post-graduation here and have been doing as an ambassador of our university in many places across the globe. And we are very thankful for your support and look forward to your continuous support. And as a matter of fact, I just talked to Professor Lalit Pakshe about the participation from Sri Lanka, which has been below expectation for us. Very neighboring country, very dynamic, developing country, and we look forward to Sri Lankan participations a lot. This conference on energy and water nexus is going to be startup in the relation between our country and Sri Lankan in exchange of, particularly with respect to renewable energy interaction exchange. I won't remain a long time between you and this conference proceeding. A lot of efforts have been put by both the chairs of the UNESCO, Professor Arun Prasad and Professor Lalit Pakshe, in organizing and making this event a successful one for the next 2 days to unveil. And a lot of experienced speakers have been lined up to deliver their talk. I really thankful to them for accepting our invitations and coming forward to discuss their valuable research contributions in this event. So with this note, I congratulate the organizers of this event for this wonderful today conference organized, and wish them all the best and success, and also wishing all the participants and delegates to reap the rich dividend out of this conference and even interact with the colleagues and scholars and stay in touch with us, and we will look forward to you again and again in future.
Now, we proceed to the significant part of the inaugural ceremony, the release of the abstract book of the UNESCO Chair activity under 𝐈𝐶EWSE 2025, sponsored by South Asia Foundation. The abstract book is a collective outcome of their rigorous research, scholarly contributions, and the dedication of many great minds who have enriched this conference with their work. It is indeed a privilege to invite the Honorable Vice Chancellor of Pondicherry University, Professor Phaniti Prakash Babu, to kindly release the abstract book. May I also request all the esteemed dignitaries on stage to kindly join. We take immense pride in presenting this volume as a symbol of the academic spirit and collaborative vision of 𝐈𝐶EWSE 2025.
the release of booklet titled Pondicherry University Net Zero Carbon Target by 2035. This publication is the outcome of more than a decade of sustained efforts under the UNESCO chair activities at Pondicherry University. The pathway began with the proposal of Solar Campus Master Plan in 2012, which was commissioned in 2021, with a solar generation capacity of 2.6 megawatt power, establishing Pondicherry University as one of the leading educational institutions in India in affordable clean energy generation. Building on this foundation, the Net Zero 2035 vision reflects the university's bold and essential commitment to align with India's national climate goals and best practices globally. I now invite Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Prakash Babu to deliver the address.
It's my great privilege to be here on this occasion of the inaugural session of the conference. I am deeply honored and welcome you all for this international conference on energy and water for the sustainable environment, 𝐃𝐨𝐬𝐫𝐚 2025. As my earlier speakers indicated, the water and energy importance, both are inseparable. Water and energy is inseparable. And the water is an inseparable part of the life. As all of you know that the life started from the water, that is the origin of life is from the water. And even today, without water, no living being can continue to live. Our body is more than 50% is filled with the water. And that is the actual media where the complete physiological system or biological system works. So without that, it cannot. And energy is the highest form of the requirement for the human survival across the nations. Dr. Arun Prashant clearly mentioned about the developed countries and how the contribution is required from everybody to have the sustainable goal. So this conference is jointly organized by the Department of Green Energy Technologies, Pondicherry University, and the Center for South Asia Water Management, University of Moratuwa, Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka and India are inseparable. And also the Nepal, Bhutan. We are all culturally connected, socially connected. So these are the important aspects for once again united at Pondicherry University for a great cause across the nations and for the world. I congratulate the people who have here assembled in this occasion. We embody the collective and innovative spirit needed to advance the resilient and sustainable solutions worldwide. The diverse themes set to be explored here under the energy and the water nexus, advanced energy materials, green energy, green hydrogen technologies, sustainable urban and water infrastructure catalysis, climate resilient resources, and data-driven hydrology are critical to addressing the multifaceted challenges our society faces. Importantly, the conference aligned with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, clean water and sanitation, affordable and clean energy, climate action, and life below the water. Though through the knowledge sharing and active engagement, I am confident we will generate the transformative ideas across the disciplines, perhaps partnerships that extend beyond this conference. I believe these discussions will shape the future trajectory of the energy and water sustainability for the resilient communities. Energy and water crisis is a global need or global demand. So this is a sustainable, but the India and Sri Lanka play an important role in this region where we have to work together for the sustainable development without challenging the environment, for which the water and the energy are the ones we have to closely make up these two without tampering the environment. I extend my heartfelt thanks to the distinguished speakers, experts, and the participants who enrich this forum. as well as Professor Arun Prashant, the conference convener, for this leadership. I also express deep appreciation for our Sri Lankan partners and the entire team whose collaboration has made the vital in organizing this event. My special thanks goes to Madam France Marquette, MSF trustee. Madam, whenever I visit the building, in my first visit itself, I went round I'm here for the last 6 months, to tell you, okay. So when I went round the university and I stopped at your building where you have given scope and facility to enrich the knowledge in this line and also to promote the Southeast Asian collaboration. Indian government, though this university is a national university, we have the students of across the states, of all the states representatives we have. However, apart from the ICSSR, you are the one who are instrumental in promoting the international studies of the university. However, for certain reasons, it got in abeyance at present. On behalf of the university, I humbly request you, let us work together and continue for the betterment of this region. We are here to support, facilitate, and provide all kinds of necessary things to smoothly pass in for such a kind of activities in the university. I am here for that. Let us also engage fully in the existing program of lectures, technical sessions, poster presentations, and networking opportunities. I encourage all of you to exchange ideas openly and forge the connections that contribute to the sustainable future. It is my sincere hope that ICEWSE 2025 will inspire the knowledge action and partnership that benefit the communities around the world. I congratulate the Sri Lankan partners for coming forward to have such a kind of wonderful workshop along with our departments. And the school, I congratulate the Dean, Professor Ali, and Professor Arun Prashant from the department, and also other faculty members sitting here of the dais, of the department, and the students for searching such a kind of initiative and organizing a wonderful meeting on the not only the national, regional, but also the cause of throughout the world.
Now it is high time to meet the guest, Madam France Marquette, Principal Trustee of Madanjit Singh Foundation and representative of the foundation at UNESCO, who has long been a steadfast champion of education, cultural diplomacy and regional cooperation. Her leadership in presenting the foundation of UNESCO's global dialogues underscores her dedication to bringing the science, policy and sustainable development. It is with profound respect and admiration that we now invite Chief Guest Madam France Marquette to address this gathering with a few words.
I warmly welcome all delegates, speakers, and participants in this international conference on energy and water for sustainable environment 2025, organized under the UNESCO Chair activity jointly by Pondicherry University, India, and the University of Moratuwa, Sri Lanka. I thank Honorable Vice Chancellor Professor Prakash Babu. I warmly encourage the young researchers and scholars to use this opportunity to share ideas and contribute with confidence to challenges such as climate change, resource scarcity, and inclusive development. In the name of my fellow trustees and mine, I thank all the colleagues of Pondicherry University and the University of Moratuwa, whose efforts and commitment has made this gathering possible, and extend our warmest wishes to Professor Lalit Rajapakse and Professor Arun Prasad. Wishing you all an enriching and successful conference. Thank you.
Now, it is our honor to invite Mr. Tony Van Meegen to address this gathering with a few remarks.
Professor Prakash Babu, Vice Chancellor of Pondicherry University, and all co-workers on the dais. I call us co-workers because we are all working for the same cause of taking care of the future generations of the world so that they have access to clean water and clean energy. So we are all co-workers. I have the privilege of knowing Professor Arun Prasad already since quite some time. In fact, we were already interacting in 2010 and in 2011 about how can we put solar energy in our campuses, the campus of Pondicherry University and the campus of Auroville. We already had standalone solar, quite a lot, hundreds of kilowatts of standalone solar, meaning solar with a battery, but there was no grid solar. Grid-connected solar was not there. So we discussed it, and we saw that rooftop solar, especially in an environment like a university with a lot of roofs, would be a very good solution where electricity can be generated very close to the point of consumption. And it will also avoid transmission and distribution losses. The problem was that there was no policy in Pondicherry. Tamil Nadu already had a policy in 2012. In fact, we had a privilege of contributing to writing that policy, but there was no policy in Pondicherry at all. So very fortunately, we were invited by the government of Pondicherry to support them in drafting that policy. The policy became a reality in 2015, and it was gazetted in March 2016. And what is quite unique about that policy of Pondicherry, it has got every possible mechanism that you can think of. There is gross metering, there is net metering, there is group net metering, there is virtual net metering. And that policy became a template later on for some other states, including Delhi. So based on this policy, the regulator, the Joint Electricity Regulatory Commission, JERC, drafted regulations. Those regulations came out in 2019, and thereafter, the rooftop solar started in Pondicherry. In fact, we already had done a pilot project with Power Grid Corporation of India, because Power Grid Corporation of India was implementing a smart grid project in Pondicherry. And long before the policy came, we were permitted to install a few pilots in Sri Aurobindo Ashram and a few residences, which became test pilots also for the electricity department to understand how grid-connected solar would work at the consumer level. This conference is about water and about energy. And both have something in common. First of all, they have in common that they are very essential. But what they also have in common is this, that if you look at renewable energy, the sun sets and the sun rises. We don't have sunlight the whole day. Water in our part of the world here, most of the rain is there in about 2 or maximum 2.5 months' time in the monsoon. So in both energy and in water, we have a challenge of storage. We have to understand that coal, oil, and gas are not really energy sources. They are nothing but stored solar energy. And the whole energy transition centers around replacing those 3 fossil fuel batteries with sustainable batteries. The source remains the sun. And the sun is also responsible for most of the wind because of temperature difference. So we don't have to worry about the source of energy. We have to worry and work on how do we store it so that it is available 24/7. So after having made quite some big breakthroughs in solar energy generation, the next step, which I will also address in my presentation later on, is about storage of energy. Distributed generation and distributed storage, both for energy and for water, are required for a sustainable energy and water future. So I wish all of you and all of us a wonderful two-day conference. We are deeply grateful to Professor Arun Prasad for organizing this, and we do hope that all of us go back with new inspiration and new energy to take care of our future. Thank you very much.
Now we would like to welcome Professor Lalit Rajapakse, currently holds the UNESCO Chair on Sustainable Water Resources Management in South Asia, University of Moratuwa, Sri Lanka.
This is one of my life's most unforgettable days because we are achieving something we have been planning for quite a long time. With the support of the green energy technology, especially Professor Arun Prasad and also Madame France, South Asia Foundation, and the Madanjit Singh Foundation. So why this is important? We know that our burning issues today, climate change, and when we look at climate change, it is linked to water and energy. The entire globe, those who are contributing to the climate change, also those who are not contributing to it, like our neighboring countries like Nepal, Bhutan. Some of them are already carbon neutral, much ahead of the global targets. But there is a saying that the developing nations and also sometimes innocent nations are suffering the most. So it is a global issue that is not going to be sorted out soon. The fault sometimes lies with us all. So we are looking forward to the important discussions and the initiatives that might help not only our South Asian region, maybe even beyond. Thank you so much for all your contributions and the support and for being with us. We are looking forward to the culmination of this joint venture, the forthcoming deliverables or the lectures to be held starting from now onwards.
Now to conclude the inaugural session, may I now invite Professor D.S. Sharda, Coordinator of the UNESCO Chair Activity ICEWAC 2025, to kindly propose the vote of thanks.
A sincere thanks to all the esteemed delegates, distinguished speakers, and the delegates from the international community, that is Nepal, Bhutan, and Sri Lanka, all the session chairs, deans, School of Pondicherry University, heads of the departments, for your gracious presence and your support. We also extend our thanks to all the faculty members, coordinators, staff, and student volunteers whose dedication behind the scene has made this vital for the success of this event. We also extend a sincere thanks to all the supporting personnel, that is from electrical, civil, horticulture, PU administration, PRO, and our media personnel who are always with us, giving a very broader coverage of all the events in our university. As we embark on this two-day international conference on energy and water for the sustainable environment, let us continue to build bridges of understanding, collaboration, and friendship across borders. Thank you once again. I wish all of you a fruitful and inspiring conference ahead for advancing energy and water solutions for a resilient future.
Yeah, so essentially this is a very interesting conference because it brings many people together, including academics and students from various parts of India and the world. where we are discussing sustainable energy and sustainable water for a sustainable future. And the question has been asked during the conference whether we have the right policies in place. And I would like to say yes. The government of India has put very encouraging and positive policies, such as, for example, the scheme of providing 1 crore rooftop solars for the domestic consumers, open access for green energy, etc., etc. So I think the time of worrying about policies is over. We have now come to the implementation phase. And during implementation, all of us have to work together. The government, the private sector, academics, universities, students, the general public, all have to work together to realize a sustainable future in energy and in water, which is the theme of this conference. So is the environment ready for it? Policy-wise, yes. And now it's only about implementation. What I also would like to mention is that with the policies that are in place, sustainable energy can be implemented all over the country, in all the states. And we already have a very vibrant green energy industry sector in India, which is active in the spheres of wind energy, solar energy, and biomass. So basically, there is a possibility, a potential to implement green energy, sustainable energy all over the country. And what we also would like to add is that the student community, many of them are also participating in this conference, they have to take this forward. They are the future generations, and they have to set an example to their students in the future that we all have to work together for a sustainable future. So students, teachers, faculty, industry, policymakers, everyone has to work on this. It's a collective effort.
I am very happy to participate in this international conference on energy and water organized by Pondicherry University. So I am also speaking in this conference tomorrow. But if you look at this energy sector in India, so renewable energy is one of the primary focus of the government, and government has made very good policy then to achieve 500 gigawatt target of renewable energy by 2030. And till now we have already crossed more than 100 gigawatt capacity in this country. What is most important to see here is basically the growth is very high, and then it is exponential growth of development of renewable energy projects in the country. However, where we are lacking is basically the skilled human resource. So human resource is very important to implement the project and also to maintain the projects which we already have, and we need to focus on skill development and capacity building very seriously, and many projects are seen suffering because of that. So we need to improve on skill development and capacity building activities, and Pondicherry University is taking very good initiative on that, because the Department of Energy in this university is giving very good education, and these children are doing very good in this aspect. And there are many other universities as well, but I would say there should be more focus, and the universities and colleges should be more connected to the industry, so that they can have more practical or more implementable education, and then this will help the country to grow sustainably, and also I would say more permanently to grow the renewable energy sector in this country. So this conference, international conference on energy and water organized by the Pondicherry University, is a very successful event, and we need more such conference and also more such workshops which will bring more knowledge to the student, and also we should have more interaction with different academia and also industries from India as well as different countries in South Asia or even Europe or other developed countries, so that we learn from each other, and this will definitely help to make the renewable energy sector in India sustainable, and this will definitely add value to it, and Pondicherry University and Department of Energy can play a very big role in organizing such more seminars in the future. Then I wish them a very success, and I am very happy to be here to be a part of this event.
We have come to the Pondicherry University. 6 of us are here representing our university. We have joined the first of its kind joint conference organized by the UNESCO Center for Green Energy Technology together with the UNESCO Madanjit Singh Center for South Asia Water Management in collaboration with South Asia Foundation. This is a very timely topic because we know that climate change is affecting the entire South Asian region, and water and energy are at the core of the issue. So here we are discussing about possible solutions to both water and energy issues together with our counterparts at Pondicherry University, and also with us we have students and researchers from Bangladesh, Bhutan, Nepal. They are contributing to the ongoing discussion, and we hope that these sessions will help addressing burning climate issues, not benefiting only the South Asian region, most probably the regions beyond, because we are sharing common issues when it comes to this global issue of climate change. Thank you.
Government of India is promoting several renewable energy technologies, particularly the solar photovoltaics currently. You take it schemes like solar PM GAR, which really promotes rooftop solar installations for the households to produce energy through solar photovoltaics. The scheme provides subsidies up to 3 kWh per kilowatt, around 10,000 to 30,000 rupees from the Government of India. This really promotes the solar photovoltaics in households. The Government of India nearly kept around 75,000 crores as a subsidy for this scheme. Up to now, it looks like that there are 20 lakh households has already utilized this scheme to keep their solar power plants in their rooftops to produce solar power. And the Government of India recently has reduced the GST to make sure the promotion of solar PM GAR on rooftops at a faster rate. The aim is to cover nearly 1 crore households so that the 75,000 crore subsidy could be utilized to make India a solar rooftop power promotion nation. In addition, there are several schemes, promotion schemes on renewable energy sectors are there. You call it as a PM 𝐾𝐨, where Government of India provides subsidies for installing solar pumps in agriculture sector to pump the water for their irrigation purpose. You take it several missions, green hydrogen mission, bioenergy mission. So all this type of missions helps to decarbonize our energy production. As committed with the international forum, India is in line to make sure we are promoting renewable energy technology at a faster rate than any other developing countries or developed countries are doing. For example, India is planned to make sure 500 gigawatts of renewable energy by 2050, and also try to have net zero carbon emission through energy production by 2070. And also India plans to make by 2047 50% of renewable energy comes from all solar to wind and bio and other greener way of energy production. In addition to this decarbonization, green hydrogen is another area that Government of India is pushing in a faster rate. So where energy from solar photovoltaic could be utilized to produce hydrogen through water splitting, through electrolysis to get their green hydrogen. In addition, Government of India recently also promotes energy production from nuclear from 8 gigawatt of current installation to 100 gigawatt in another 20 years. So that seems India is really moving towards a non-carbon or decarbonized country in energy production. This conference make has nexus with energy and water. You cannot separate energy and water. Both energy and water needs a technologies that can make a sustainable way. So if you take energy production, huge amount of water is utilized for production of energy. If you take thermal power plant, the towers has to be cooled with water. Huge amount of water is used. Even in nuclear power, you need a lot of water. Similarly, water has to be purified. This energy is needed. So for example, most of the current waters has to be treated through filters so that it can be potable for us to drink. So we need energy to make the water purified. So wastewater treatments. So like that, water and energy are inseparable in nature. So this conference really brings an eye-opener to make sure the students are much aware about these two important area that has to be concentrated for their future. So this will certainly help the undergraduate and postgraduate students of this university, and of course most of the higher education universities, to re-look and see how we can advance in energy and water technologies in a sustainable manner, whether it's a renewable energy or whether it is a water treatment or water purification or industrial water treatment or domestic water treatment or municipal solid wastewater treatment. So all these things need energy, and this how it can be done in a sustainable manner.
Hi, I'm Divya. I'm currently pursuing my second year Masters in Department of Green Energy Technology, and we have works on different fields like in solar, wind, water and hydrogen. And this is an international conference on energy and water for sustainable environment conducted by our department. This conference involves delegates and academic people from various countries like Sri Lanka, Nepal and Bhutan. And we have so many sessions here. This is like you can see poster presentations here, and there are oral and the talks and speakers from various academic and industries are participating and giving their advice for movement toward the sustainable environment. Our conference is mainly based on the energy and water for sustainable environment. Like as we know, energy sources we are getting from like common fossil fuels are depleting. We have to move towards a sustainable way, which is renewable. From these kind of workshops, we know what our department and are focusing towards the future for based on the renewable energy and for sustainable development.
இந்த நிகழ்ச்சி எதுக்குன்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, தண்ணியும் எலக்ட்ரிசிட்டியும் வச்சு எப்படி ஒரு சஸ்டைனபிளான என்விரான்மெண்ட்டில் க்ரியேட் பண்ணலாம் சொல்லி தான். இந்த நிகழ்ச்சியில் வந்து நாங்கள் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்டாக என்ன வந்து கற்றுக்கிட்டோன்னா, எப்படி வந்து ஆல் ஓவர் வேர்ல்டில் இப்போ ஜப்பான் அந்த மாதிரி நாட்டிலலாம் பார்த்திங்கன்னா நியூட்ரினோன்னு ஒரு எலிமெண்ட்டை வந்து தண்ணி மூலயமா கேப்சர் பண்ணுறாங்க. எதுக்குன்னா நம்மளோட அவுட்டர் ஸ்பேஸு, அதுக்கு அதோட பிக் பேங்கு அதெல்லாம் எப்படி இருக்குது, அதனால வந்து நம்ம பூமியில் என்னென்ன மாற்றங்கள் வருது அதை பற்றி ஸ்டடி பண்ணுறதுலாம் யூஸ் பண்ணுறாங்க. மிச்சம் இந்த மாதிரி நிகழ்ச்சியில் நாங்கள் என்ன கற்றுக்கிட்டோம் மெயினாக அதுன்னு பார்க்க போனால், இப்போ ஃப்யூச்சரில் வந்து ஹைட்ரஜன் வச்சு எப்படி ஒரு என்ஜின் டெவலப் பண்ணுறது, அதுக்கப்புறமேட்டு எலக்ட்ரிசிட்டி வந்து சொல்லப்போனால் ஒரு எலக்ட்ரிக் வெஹிக்கிள் வந்து இட்ஸ் நாட் அ சஸ்டைனபிள். பிகாஸ் ஒரு மேனுஃபேக்சரிங் ஆஃப் எலக்ட்ரிக் வெஹிக்கிள் வந்து ஒரு என்விரான்மெண்டல் வந்து பாதிப்பு உள்படுத்துது தான், அது வந்து இது கிடையாது. ஏன்னா இப்போ ஹைட்ரஜன் வெஹிக்கிள் கண்டிப்பாக வேணும் இந்தியாவுக்கு. பிகாஸ் எலக்ட்ரிசிட்டியால் வந்து நம்ம முழுமையாக அதை நம்பி எந்த ஒரு விஷயத்தையும் எதுவும் பண்ண முடியாது. பிகாஸ் நம்ம இருக்கிறது வந்து லார்ஜ் கண்ட்ரி, பாப்புலேஷன் அதிகம், கரண்ட் அதிகமாக நம்ம யூஸ் பண்ணுறோம். நம்மளுக்கு வந்து கண்டிப்பாக ஒரு எனர்ஜி ஆல்டர்னேட்டிவ் மெட்டீரியல் தேவைப்படும். அதுக்கு இது ஒரு உதாரணமாக இருக்கும். நான் கற்றுக்கிட்டேன். தேங்க்யூ ஸோ மச் ஃபார் தூர்தர்ஷன் ஃபார் கிவிங் திஸ் ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி டு எக்ஸ்பிரஸ் மை செல்ஃப்.
Here, by attending this particular event, which is chaired by UNESCO, this conference provides a platform for innovative research and collaboration with different industry speakers, delegates, and student partnership. Here, this platform is basically provides an innovative solution and a benchmark where all the leaders of different expertise, they come here together and then they participate in such an event which provides a vision and achievement in the regards of sustainable development goals. Here, sustainability is a concern which nowadays everyone is chasing. So, we are here participating in this by collaborating and shaking our hands together so that our new generation students can come here and provide a network and their ideas and become this nation more strong. So here I am here presenting my research work, which is done in the Green Energy Technology Department, and we are working in wastewater management and sustainability here in Pondicherry University.
I am also pleased to inform that the Department of Green Energy Technology in Pondicherry University has established a UNESCO chair particularly to promote renewable energy technologies in terms of teaching, training, skill development, promotions for the students so that this awareness can reach from students to society. This was established, this is one of the prestigious UNESCO chair to promote an educational topic in India at Pondicherry University. This is the 12th UNESCO chair particularly to promote renewable energy technologies. This university was able to have this UNESCO chair because of our past activities, particularly promoting solar photovoltaics power generation in this university. Currently, this Pondicherry University has 2.4 megawatt of solar power plants that produces nearly 35% of its energy usage compared to any other education institution. Considering this and also our activities to promote several sustainable practices in the campus, UNESCO recognized us, and I am very happy to note that UNESCO chairholder to make sure we promote renewable energy technologies not only in the education institution but also towards the society through events.